Today I want to talk about something that I think most of the people in Watcher of Realms get wrong. You can correct me in the comments below, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. I always collect different opinions and I'm very happy when there is some other opinions, not only just mine or somebody else on YouTube. So I'm going to start about the things that back in the days actually was my main focus, and that was the heroes. I mean, every day we have not every day, let's say every specific time we have new heroes presented in Watcher of Realms. Some of them are exclusive, like Wust was presented before some time. Right now she's not here anymore, but going over new and new heroes actually put the focus away from the real purpose, that the real thing that people should actually focus on, and this is maybe the gear. I mean, this is my personal opinion. It didn't actually matter how many legendary heroes you're going to have. If you have Zilito, if you have Silas, if you have Arrogance, it didn't actually matter. The main point of this video is about the gear, and I think this is the main difference between big performers and WoW performers. It's not the heroes. I mean, heroes play specific role in the whole this thing, but in general, the gear is the main thing that people should actually focus on, and maybe spend little more gems over the stamina just to get little more stamina. Of course, you can get some huge stamina potions, small stamina potions, blah blah blah. You get the idea. You need more stamina. I always buy stamina or stamina potion when I see them, and of course auto fights, since let's be honest, at some point your auto fight is going to finish and you don't want to do it manually. I mean, you better do it auto fights. So what is the difference between the heroes and the gear? And I'm going to give you some little story about my experience with the heroes. I was absolutely happy. Maybe I'm going to move a little my head. I was absolutely happy when I get Zilito. Now, she was my target from the day one, from the day that this hero was presented in the game. I don't know if this is one of the first heroes in the game. I don't remember quite well, but I was looking for this hero for so much time, and at some point I actually get her. I also was looking for Silas. He and Vierna was the first event I actually see in Watcher of Realms. When I start, I think it was on global launch or maybe couple days after this. I don't remember quite well, but those of the heroes I was waiting so much. I get them on the latest stages. I mean, after couple months, I actually get these two heroes, and I'm happy with that. But what this supposed to mean? After I make a couple tests with these heroes, I actually understand they're not performing that great that I was thinking of. And I'm going to give you some example. I did Nightmare 4. I did 4000 and don't look this result, please. I'm going, don't write it in the comment. I actually incidentally just testing some heroes, and when the fight ends, it automatically save your result. In the same time, if you go out of the battle anytime, it's not going to save your result. And I didn't actually press. You have here pre-test, play test. I didn't actually put these things on, so yeah, it's fully my fault. But let's check it out. In the Nightmare 4, I managed to break the first shield, and on the second shield everything die. So I was having, if you have one phase before the first shield, is going to have a specific time that you're going to do a damage. After you break the first shield, you're going to have again some time to do a damage. Same like after you break the second shield and the third shield. So there's like 4 parts that you can actually do damage on the Nightmare 4, and any guild boss, I mean, in total. So I break the first shield and I managed to do a damage half of the time over the guild boss. This is important because we're going to make some comparison after this. And we can see my result of the Zilito. Zilito have a 6.347k damage. That is absolutely very well. And I put on Zilito my best gear, and I forgot to say that I also use a twin field. Where is my, yeah, as you can see, I also use twin field as a ward, and he it's not doing great damage, but yeah, he was in the combat. And also, why is this important? Because the the Infernal wards are a little different from rest of the wards. What I mean by that is, for example, if I get Leia, she's also ward, increasing fraction alias basic attributes by 15%, but periodically increase damage and healing multiplied by 20%, blah blah blah. When the fraction ally is healed, the damage will increase it by 50% for 10 seconds. But this, you don't need this hero on the battlefield. Same for the Theodore. Theodore increase blah blah blah. Fraction ally's basic attack has 30% chance to one extra hit. Also, every time a fraction ally is deployed, is going to increase the attack speed. But you don't need Theodore on the battlefield. You can just use him as a ward. But for the Infernals, it's little different. When Ward Twinfield casts the Meteoric Strike, all fraction allies get penetration increase, critical rate increase, critical damage. Okay, let me move my head a little again. All these juicy increases and boost is when the guy is casting his ultimate, so you definitely need him on battlefield. That's why I want to mention that I actually use this hero on the battlefield. So from where actually comes the difference, and why this is something that most of the people get wrong in Watcher of Realms. And this is the damage my Zilito did was okay, let's say, where is 6 million, 6.3 million damage. This is my Zilito. If I check the world ranking and look at my team, this is something that I have to point out. I have Twinfield as a booster for Zilito with his ultimate. Also, I have this one, Leia, that her skill is actually, it's not fully leveled up, but restore 10% rage to all allies in the range. Afterward, restores blah blah blah. And also, she is having damage increase. That is level 3. This is level 3. Maybe a couple levels less from the fully leveled up hero. So if we check on the world ranking, we're going to see close to the same heroes. Now, I also have Cetram, but I don't point him because because. But also for Zilito here, we have Twinfield, we have for the damage booster, that is this hero here. The update currently has hero has been consumed. Okay, anyway, let's get some other hero that have Zilito inside. Here we don't see any Zilito, by the way. Here we don't see any Zilito. Okay, here we have Zilito. So I have this damage booster. You already see this hero. I have Twinfield, and I also have Zilito. So this is the main things that is boosting the damage of my hero. Also, there is rage regeneration. In this case, here is used Howl. I use Ewin, and I think Ewin is better from Howl. I don't know. I mean, Howl is good for specific time to actually boost your rage. But in general, overall, I think Ewin is better. So I have everything same here, like this guy that is doing 81 million damage. And from what I see here, the Zilito is doing max 6 million, 212 million damage. Of course, there is some defense downs can be applied, but I also have Valeria that is doing some defense down to boost the damage of these heroes. So it is very strange for me that my Zilito is doing, I don't know how many times, from 6 million to 212 million damage. It's huge difference. And this difference, since here the Zilito is not awakened, Okay, maybe it's not this Zilito, but this Zilito here is not awakened and still do 212 million damage. It's like mine Zilito. It's not awakened, and this hero is also not awakened. Absolutely the same boosters I actually use in my fight. But this Zilito have a specific legendary Ascent mythical gear. And here, as you can see, it's 104% critical rate. Critical damage is close to 400%. Absolutely insane. The attack is 15,000 uh 15,676 is the attack, and everything is absolutely the same like mine, Zilito. And yeah, this is what the artifacts actually bring. If I check my Zilito about the damage she's having, I actually put the best gear on her, no joke. Right now she's 77k um uh, power. Attack speed, critical rate 87. Okay, it's not 100%. Critical damage is half of the damage that the guy was having. And I have 4,000 more attack from the previous Zilito. So in general, if in close to the same artifacts, it's not close to the same, it's different. It's different gear, but in general, the gear is actually what make the difference in Watcher of Realms. Even if you have the hero, as you can see, my Zilito is doing 6 million. The other guy's Zilito is doing 212 million. I also have as a booster Leia, and I also have Twinfield as a ward. And even if I have to split on half, since my Zilito actually fight just half of the time against the Nightmare 4, the other person's Zilito is going to still do 106 million, and I'm going to do only 6 million. And this is about the gear. Everything here in this game is about the gear. It's not that much about the heroes. That's why you can actually see in the YouTube or maybe other place, people are doing what stages in the gear right. For example, gear right 1, what stages with the epic heroes. And yeah, it sounds strange, but if you have a gear, the right gear, if you get lucky after many hours, some people I hear that when they go to sleep, they put, for example, gear right 1 on auto for the whole night. When they're sleeping, there is a gear right 1 running, and they get their gear like this because no one is going to sit 8 hours, one full working day, waiting for this this gear right 1 to finish. And it's like maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes till one gear right ends, and you, if you want to make like 300 gear right ones, is going to be absolutely insane amount of time. So yeah, if you have the gear in Watcher of Realms, you can make any stage in this game. So I think the gear is something that maybe I was not understanding back in the days, and I think there is a people also who still don't understand that. But yeah, the gear is the important thing in Watcher of Realms, and I think people are getting wrong that the new hero that is presented in the game or stuff like this, some event, some artifact or something like this, you get the idea. Just if you have the gear, you can do any stage in Watcher of Realms and with epic heroes. And some of the epic heroes, if you have the right gear, it can outperform some of the legendary heroes. For example, my favorite example is Rat, one of my favorite heroes. Idril, one of my favorite heroes. Uwague, one of my favorite heroes. All these heroes is absolutely great, and if you have the gear, they can do huge amount of damage. Even maybe if I put Idril next to Siwas, maybe she's going to outperform Siwas. I don't know. I don't know. It's less likely, but still, the gear is something that's important in Watch of Realms. So if you think to boost your damage, if you want to boost something or get better results in any place, the answer is a gear. It's not that much the heroes, it's just the gear. So I hope this video actually help you or give you an idea how the things actually happen here. Sometimes we get heroes wrong, and in this video here I'm going to share with you a heroes that I get wrong back in the days, heroes that was sitting on the bench not doing nothing, and they was absolutely great heroes. So yeah, go check it out.